Need to replace the Firepot on your Traeger Pro 575? Some folks call it the burn pot. Today we're swapping it for a brand new one. We'll walk it in clean technical diagrams to see the repair from angles that are hard to catch on camera. It's a straightforward job, about 40 minutes with a Phillips screwdriver and a small hex key. Let's get into it. Step 1. But first, power switch off, cord unplugged, and everything cool. Then, we can work. Everything comes out through the top of the barrel, so start with the grill grates. Lift them straight up and set them aside. Step 2. Under the grates is the grease strip tray, the angled panel that catches everything. It lifts out in one piece. It is greasy, so put it somewhere you don't mind. Step 3. The heat baffle is the last plate in the stack, sitting right over the Firepot. Lift it out, and there it is, the Firepot with the igniter tucked into its side. Step 4. Before anything comes apart, the ash has to go. Excess ash is what smothers your fire in the first place. Vacuum it out of the pot and off the floor around it. You will never find the fasteners under a pile of ash. Step 5. On the side of the Firepot, a small screw pins the igniter into its sleeve. Back it off. Then draw the igniter straight out of the sleeve and lay it clear. You're reusing it, so be gentle with the wire. Step 6. The Firepot is bolted down to the floor of the barrel. Back out the fasteners holding it there. Take them all the way out and keep them together. They're going straight back into the new pot. Step 7. Now lift the old Firepot straight up and out. Look at it before you bin it. Cracks, warping, or holes burned through the floor are exactly why your fire kept dying. Step 8. Drop the new Firepot into the opening and line its holes up with the holes in the barrel floor. Start every fastener by hand first, then snug them down, even and firm, all the way round. Step 9. Feed the igniter back through and slide it into the sleeve on the new pot. Seat it fully so the tip sits inside the Firepot. Then snug that little screw. Firm is enough. Step 10. Leave the barrel open and prove it before you put it all back together. Plug in and switch on. Pellets start dropping into the new Firepot and the igniter begins to glow. Don't touch it. When flames come out of the Firepot, switch off and let it cool completely. That is the whole job working. Step 11. Once it is cold, everything goes back in reverse. Heat baffle first, seated properly on its locating brackets. The grease strip tray sits on top of that. And the grates go back last. A baffle that is not seated points flames straight up out of the Firepot. And that is how a grease fire starts. Now, let's make sure it's working. Start the grill like you would for a normal cook. First, you should see fire in the Firepot within a few minutes. Next, watch it climb to your set temperature and hold there. And last, check the screen. No failed to ignite and no low temp error. Pass all of these, and this repair is finished. 2 quick things before you go. First, does a sooty Firepot always mean a new one? No. Excess ash on its own will put your fire out, and a vacuum fixes that for free. But once the floor is warped, cracked, or burned through, cleaning will not bring it back. And second, if your fire keeps dying, or you are seeing failed to ignite, clean the Firepot before you buy a single part. The manual says the same thing. Before you go, 2 quick ways to make this new Firepot last. First, vacuum the ash out every 20 hours of cooking and only ever when the grill is stone cold. And second, seat the heat baffle properly on its locating brackets every time you rebuild. A crooked baffle points flames straight down at your new pot. Do those 2, and this repair will last for years. That's it. Everything we used is linked in the description below. If this video helped you out, please hit like and subscribe, and check out these other videos. Thanks for watching.